And he formed a new quartet called Stamps. And I listened to some of the records, and they had all this power.
He made the Stamps. He brought them.
He put them together.
One is his nephew, and one's his son-in-law. The other two, where they came from.
But each one of the guys individually are good, as you can see.
I've noticed.
They all have good.
See, we come from a different background. We come from the Middle West or from the West Coast.
You don't hear this too much.
So we don't hear this. So we see a bunch of guys, and it has a whole different kind of level of meaning to us because it's just not part of our background.
You know, when I was in high school, I had records by Mario Lanza and the Metropolitan Opera. I love music. The Spanish, I like the Mexican flavored songs.
But this is so
music. But this thing here, the gospel thing, is just.
It shows in the music too, because there's a kind of, if you've seen Baptist choirs, there's a kind of intensity about it. And it's the same kind of intensity, electricity that you have on stage. And there
it comes out of almost every song.
It's a kind of a soul. It comes from way deep
inside. Yeah.
It just isn't singing notes. It's singing something that seems to come from very deep inside of you.
And at certain times you push out and pull in. Just a part of you, you don't really think about it.
When I was in France about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was doing a film on Jean-Claude Keeley, and I asked him just offhand who was his favorite singer, and he said, Elvis Presley. He's my man.
Oh, really?
He's my man.
He's my favorite skier.
And I asked him why.
That's nice.
He said, but he did this whole thing. He says he has soul. You know, and it's hard for an American to talk to a Frenchman and understand that he understands soul better than you do. But he really does. He says he sings, from in here. And that was his way of describing. He had a very limited English at the time.
That's fantastic. No, but this, yeah. This is very. All right, boys, put it away. We'll do 2 shows a lot of times, and we'll go upstairs and sing until daylight. Gospel songs.
How do you do it? How do you...
Not too often. When you're working every night there.
And what does it do for you? I mean, to get into this, is it like
I think it more or less puts your mind at ease. It does mine. Because you've been really concentrating and everybody's been working out. So these things we know.
It's like old friends.
Right. And it puts your mind at ease.
It takes you down.
It takes you down to a level. Otherwise, you'd go out of here you couldn't sleep for, There's nothing wrong with it, but if you ended on a real fast up-tempo song or something, we leave the studio, nobody can sleep for hours.
You're right, though, when you leave the stage like a place like Vegas, you're really up. You're really, really flying.
Where have you found the guys? I mean, about J.D., but like the other guys who are in the chorus. It seems like you've known them forever, just watching you around the piano and singing, like you're like real super old friends from a long, long time.
Well, like I said, I knew J.D. from back when I was 15 years old, when he first came to Memphis to sing with a group called the Blackwood Brothers. And I was a big gospel music fan, so they would sing all night. And I would stay there all night, And he had formed this new group himself a couple of years ago. And I just heard their records and put them together with the inspirations and everything else that we had. Looked in the gutter, man, and dug them out.
And all of that's going on the stage. It's really.
But then when you put it all together,
It seems to be a kind of like a relationship going on stage. It's like everybody is a friend of everybody else on stage. And that's something very rare. You don't get that kind of feeling.
Well, I think it's because we enjoy it, And we constantly enjoy it. which means that we do 2 shows a night for 5 weeks, but we never let it get old. Every song is like we do it for the first time, and that's one of the secrets, you know.
Well, like it's not a planned thing. You don't do the same songs, in the same sequence.
Not necessarily. We can change them around, but even if we do the same songs,
It's not the.
they're new, and the sound is you know, the feeling is there every time.
It's a different feeling each time, right?
It's a good feeling. We never let it down because there's a new audience out there. Plus, we enjoy what we're doing.
Well, Elvis communicates with us, really. I mean, you really do from the stage. Not some of all the people, but he has some way of keeping you interested and communicating between you and him.
I'm not going to tell you how.